Hi there, I'm going to teach you how to make snowfall using Flash. So what I've done so far was imported a snowflake vector onto my library and dragged it on stage. Then I broke it apart then I selected all the snowflakes and changed them to the color white and a stroke of a light gray. Now I'm going to get rid of all of the ones that didn't turn white. By selecting and clicking delete on the keyboard. Now I'm going to change the background into a different color. Choose black so you can see the snow. Now we have to make each snowflake a movie symbol. So now we'll select it, press F8 on your keyboard, make sure it's on movie clip, and let's name this snowflake 1. And let's do this for all of them. So now if we click on the library, there's a set of snowflakes 1 to 6. Now we're going to go inside a snowflake, so double click on them. Now let's use the transform tool to resize. Please hold down the shift key. Now we have to make a symbol within a symbol, so let's select it and click F8. And now this time let's just name it flake. Now let's go back to scene 1 and make this snowflake fall. Now we can just drag it up, and now we want this to fall, so let's click on frame 30, click F6 on your keyboard. I'm going to drag it down well beyond the stage. Now we're going to right click, create motion tweak. So now the snow moves down. Now let's go back to scene 1. Now we don't want any of these on the stage so far, so let's just select them and delete. Now before we can add action script, let's click on the library and click on the snowflake, the one that has the animation. Now let's right click and click link it. Now we want action script, so click checkmark on export action script, and now we need to remember this identifier name and click. Now let's rename this layer actions. Click on layer 1 and click F9 on your keyboard. Okay, what I've done so far is type in this here so it could recognize the movie. Skip a couple lines and write function, and this is going to add flake. Don't forget to add your curly brackets on. So now what I've done is I've all of this into it. You can pause this tutorial to copy this down, and basically it just says that it's going to add in a new snowflake. You've got the X scale and the Y scale. And I've also added an interval that just adds a flake half a second. Now what I've done is to add a variable so it would control how many flakes would fall. Make sure you have the right identifier number here. So let's test out this movie. Click Control Enter. And you should see snowflakes falling. Don't forget to add on to line 7. And to change 80 plus 20. Now what we want to do is make the snowflakes disappear softly. So let's exit out of action script. And what we want to do is open up the library, double click on the snowflake movie. Okay, so we want this to disappear nicely, so let's click on it. So let's say we want to do it at around 24, so click F6 on your keyboard to add a new key. We are going to bring it to 30 and bring the alpha down so it can. So on frame 30, click the properties panel, bring the color down to alpha. Let's bring this down to 0. Then test it. Go to show all. And once it starts getting to 24, it'll slowly disappear. So when we test it, some of these smaller ones will disappear. Now what we want is 3 layers. Name the bottom one blurry, the second one medium, and the last one crisp. Double click on your movie symbol, so each one of them is selected.